Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, Strip, and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Strip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a recap, or at least a clip from the AMA that was done with Bartertown Ray a couple days back. And it's reference a question that I got sent in Telegram about basically how to collect your BNB rewards if they're auto compounded, which pool to get in for those BNB rewards. Is it the auto compounding? Is it single staking? Why we have dogs in the first place if we have pigs, and how the dogs work, and also reference 35% of the people saying they wanted to learn more about the dogs token. So clearly there is a gap of information on how these work, and that's going to break that down for you in this video. So let's jump right into it. So before we play the clip from Forex, I think it's important to actually understand how yield farming works and why we have essentially a 2-token system, whereas most other farms have a 1-token system. So got a couple farms up here. You guys are definitely probably familiar with PancakeSwap. It is the #1 yield farming or aggregating automated market maker yield farming platform on the BSC Smart Chain. But there's also a couple others, like we have ApeSwap, we have BuySwap, Beefy Finance, BEarn. There's a couple other ones, right? So the reason why liquidity or yield farming works is, think of it the same way that your bank is supposed to do things. And I say supposed to because fiat's screwed. But you deposit your money in the bank, and as you're leaving it there, they're giving you an interest rate and paying you back that yield in the same currency because they're loaning it out to someone else to make money. So you're providing liquidity for the bank. So think of in a world where all things were equal, like in DeFi, if there's only 100 tokens in a contract and somebody wants to borrow those 100, well, they're all gone. But if you add your own 100 to it, now there's 200 to be loaned out. And because you're providing liquidity, whoever's loaning that out is like gaining a little bit of interest off of that, off the transaction fees and all that stuff. So they're like, hey, I'll gladly give you a piece of what I'm making because you're providing liquidity to the platform. So that's how that works. Essentially, it's a savings account with interest because you're providing liquidity to it. And PancakeSwap is the largest one. And what you do on PancakeSwap, just like these other examples, is you earn one asset. And the asset on PancakeSwap is the Cake token. So Cake is basically your interest from your savings account, but it's being paid out in a token that, quote unquote, doesn't have any real utility. So therefore, they can kind of inflate it as much as possible because you're just going to turn around and sell it. So it's literally meant to be sold, and that's how you realize your interest. So basically you're putting your assets into the contract and they're still there. So it's not making you sell your native assets. That's the key. And the interest you're being paid out is in a token or asset that is inflated, but it doesn't matter because you still have the original amount you put in these contracts. That's what makes yield farming so lucrative for people. So on ApeSwap, you get paid out in the banana token. On BuySwap, it's the BSW token. Beefy has BuyFi and BEarn. You get the point. All farms have usually a single asset. Now, what makes our farm very, very unique is that there are 2 assets. So the pigs is the yield bearing token, meaning you're not actually supposed to sell pigs because you're being paid out in BUSD, which is a stable coin. So technically a stable token, but you're being paid out in that. And that means you don't have to ever sell your assets. Just like you would in a normal yield farm, you stake that and you don't have to sell those assets, but you sell the other token. Well, instead of a single token farm where we just would sell pigs and pigs would be volatile, Forex created a system very ingeniously that now pigs can actually continue to appreciate in value, and the things that are needed to earn pigs and create pigs, they start to appreciate in value as well. So that's where the dogs come in, because all of your other farms are earning the dog token, which you can turn around and sell. However, there's a different tax, which we'll get into the video, various levels of tax which means those taxes are going to the people that are not selling. So he created this really gamified system that takes the sell pressure from the native single asset of pigs, moves it over to dogs, but still kind of forces you to decide if you want to take that big hit or if you're going to continue to farm dogs. And like he said, the best marketing vehicle for any crypto project is a chart that goes up and to the right. So if nobody's selling dogs and nobody's selling pigs, what do you think the chart will look like for those two assets? Then what does that mean for other people? That means they're going to come in and park their capital. That means the farm continues to grow. So it's very, very smart, like really genius level of gamification that was built in here. So that now gives you an understanding of why we need the dogs. Dogs take away the sell pressure and move it to another asset that can be sold, such as dogs, but they're being sold at different clips based on your loyalty. And it also is forcing you to decide at what time you are going to be selling your assets, which keep the chart theoretically steady up, pumping to the right. So just a quick message, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. This helps bring brand awareness to the channel as well as all Forex Shark related projects. Thank you. That covers the basic groundwork of how the farms work and why they are necessary. So now let's get into the question of how you collect your BNB rewards, and we'll hear it straight from the GOAT himself. Let's play that clip.
Is take you want to earn as much compound interest in the system as possible, and you want to accumulate as a great of a ownership position as possible. We want to make it very easy for you to do that. So we've developed this this dog pound and pig pen and the auto compounding system. So you can be farming dogs, or you can buy dogs, put them into the dog's auto compounding. Now this dog's auto compounding is taking the BNB that you're earning, buying pigs with it, or sorry, buying dogs with it. With half the BNB is being used to buy dogs. It's pairing this dog BNB LP, staking them in the dog's BNB farm for you, and earning pigs. And it's doing this all day, every day. So you're earning compound interest in the form of both BNB and pigs, because this BNB that you're earning, it's being utilized. Half of it's being utilized to buy dogs and put in the form of LPs, but that doesn't mean that you're not getting full access to that BNB. So I've had some people ask, if I get into the dog pound, but I want to make sure that I'm earning BNB, should I get into the non-auto compounding one? And the answer is, you're going to get BNB if you get into the auto compounding one or the non-auto compounding one. You get into the non-auto compounding one, it's taking the BNB that you're earning, and that BNB just sits in the contract. It's and it's available for you to claim. So it's not working for you, but you have earned it. If you're in the dog's auto compounding contract, it's taking that BNB that you're earning, it's utilizing half of it to buy dogs, pairing that into the dog's BNB LP, and putting it into the MasterChef contract to start earning you pigs. But that BNB that's in those LPs that were created for you is available for you at any time. You can withdraw those LPs, you can unpair them, and that BNB is accessible to you. So either way, you're still earning all of the BNB that you would in the non-auto compounding, but this BNB is working for you now. It's ensuring that you're earning compound interest in the form of our Animal Farm pig tokens. And then
all right, so to break that down, if that still confusing, basically you have two pools. You have the auto compounding and then the non-auto compounding. The benefit of the auto compounding is that it's reducing your tax at 1% per day, and the non-auto compounding is at 0.75% per day. Let's pull that up on the wiki. So that's where this comes in here. And if you want to collect BNB, you can do it in either of the two contracts, auto compounding or non-auto compounding. The fastest clearly is the auto compounding because you're doing 1% a month or per day, 1% per day, up to a maximum of for your, depending on which loyalty score we're talking about, but basically a maximum of 30% per day for your wallet loyalty score, and up to an additional, he said it goes down to 6%, so 30 from 90, that's 60, so another 54% in the token loyalty score. So that is extremely important because the faster you do that, then that means the quicker you'll be able to sell these assets if you want to sell them, but you don't have to. So let's just say you go straight into the auto compounding one, then that means after roughly 60 days, you will have reduced whatever you have staked, that total amount, you will have reduced by 60%. And remember, that's the token loyalty score. So like it says here, if you stake 1,000 Animal Farm dogs, your tax on 1,000 tokens will decrease over time. If you acquire additional 100 AFD tokens and do not stake them, the tax on the additional 100 will not decrease. So this is where, again, that buy pressure keeps coming in, because you're only reducing the tax on what you staked. So that is an ingenious way to basically keep people buying or accumulating new dogs and then slowly reducing the tax on those new dogs. So they don't just reduce immediately. So any new dogs you generate in these farms and pools, let's pull that up. Any dogs you generate, let's go to the pools, make it easier, single stake and stuff, that you then go turn around and put into the auto compounding or the single staking, they are being reduced at that 1% or 0.75% per day. So you're generating all these new dogs here, and you're gonna have to either sell them at 90% tax, or if you're lucky, you reduce your wallet tax by 2% per month, down to a maximum of 30%. So that's 15 months that it's gonna take you to reduce your wallet tax score. So that, again, is ingenious, meaning no one can just game the system and be like, oh, I'll just reduce my wallet tax score and then park a bunch of funds in here and then just dump on the dogs. Nope, not gonna happen. The highest you're gonna get with your wallet is 30%. So you're gonna go from 90% to 60%. So you're still gonna take a 60% hit. And those taxes, remember, go to the people that are not selling. So that's super, super smart. Let's break this down a little further, see if there's anything else you need to go over. Yeah, I think that's really it. I'm not gonna go into detail on the variable tax and how the taxes apply, but the main thing to look at is that you can still earn BNB in both both pools, the auto compounding or single staking. And if you do auto compounding, you'll just have to unpair the LP that's created from the dog's BNB. That's how you will earn the BNB that was there. If you do in the single staking, as he mentioned, it'll be there, but it's not working for you, which means you're earning BNB, and that BNB is sitting on the sideline. It's gonna be, looks like it's here, claim BNB. So the whole point of this farm is to always have your money working for you. Not just the point of the farm, point of compound interest, period. Being the eighth wonder of the world, according to some theoretical Einstein quotes. You want your money always doing something. Any money sitting on the sidelines not doing something is like the equivalent of having a business and your employees just sitting there on their phone. Like, you're not paying them to sit, you pay them to earn you money. So they need to find something to do. So your assets need to find something to do. And that something to do in here is earn you compound interest. So if you're bullish on the animal farm and its longevity, I would say go into the auto compounding pool. That way you're reducing your tax on those dogs that are in there at 1% per day. And then you can turn around and sell those, but you don't have to. You just continue adding to that, and that's going to continue increasing the amount of pigs you're able to start claiming, because now you have more assets, which will yield more pigs. And then those pigs you go and stake into the pig pen. And then remember, in the pig pen, you're now getting paid out in BUSD. So that is huge. He created a farm paying both of the native assets on Binance Smart Chain. Like he said, there's no other chain, no other farm out there that is paying you in a stable coin. Why? Because it doesn't work. That's exactly what the fiat system does, paying you in USD when they're inflating it. Well, he's found a way to do that and make a gamified system that the taxes allow for you to make that yield. In addition, remember, everything that we stake in any of these farms or pools actually go to PancakeSwap, and he can sell that cake. So we get to dump on PancakeSwap, take the interest that we're earning from them, and sell their native asset, the cake token, and then pay those rewards back to us in dividends. That is ingenious. That's why people keep saying this will be the best farm in crypto, but I don't think a lot of people understand it. It's so complex that you have to go over this multiple times to really wrap your head around the genius level of things he's created gamification wise within the system to make the sustainability not only of Drip, but of the pigs token and the dog token, and then everything he's building on top of it so that it brings in more capital. Remember, nothing works unless people are actually being drawn to it and utilizing it. So the borrow and lending, the scratchies, and the games, these are just new avenues, not to mention NFTs, which are part of Scratchy, but that can open another door of other NFTs that could come onto the farm as well. So anyway, I hope that was simplistic enough to understand the dog's token, understand how you're getting paid out, BNB, and your loyalty score. Yeah, I didn't want to go too deep into the woods. If you still want some more information on the dog's token, like this, the burn mechanism and stuff like that, then we can do that in another video, but this will get super long and detailed, and I'd probably lose more people. So hopefully, again, it provided value. If it did, you know the drill. Hit that like, subscribe button, help a brother out, and lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.